All right, testing, 1, 2, here we go. First time trying this out. Looks like everything's working as intended. All right, let's go live. If anyone's out there, definitely add to the chat. That's how I will be I'll be watching the chat here in the upper right. So let me know if you have any questions or you just want to hang out. Today I'll be talking about the plan to prep basically the entire garage for the upcoming season. And that is to say, this is probably going to be done over the next couple months. I want to kick out a number of videos for things that I've not yet done, such as the possibly the KTM thermostat. Unfortunately, the temporary tightening fix that had been done oh, this isn't working. I broke everything. First time trying this out, bear with me here. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Alright. How do I keep this? As you can tell, it's the first time doing this, so apologies if it is pretty rough. Looks like there's a couple people watching. If you're seeing this, drop something in the chat. Trying something new here, and obviously I've got some multiple views going for this session instead of just streaming a random race sim video. So yeah, let me know if you're here in the comments. So as I was saying, there is lots to do in the garage. Oh, and of course I'm in the wrong mode for drifting. Oh, that sucks. Let's see here. This is a mess. Rest in peace. Okay, we're gonna go into drift mode. There we go. All right. Try this again. Make sure traction control is off. Turbo. Oh, you gotta turn up the turbo. You always turn up the turbo. Alright, we're looking good. Okay. Let's see here. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Uh-oh. Alright, well, we're just gonna go for it. I don't know what's broken at this point, but I'm live, so I may as well do something. Alright, so now that we have got everything partially working, talking about what needs to be done in the garage, and unfortunately the list is quite long, and as I mentioned, there might be, well, no, there definitely is not a new leak, but a persistent leak now that tightening's not fixing on the 890R. So, of course, spitting coolant all over my garage floor is not optimal, but I think either I'm going to try the Samco hoses, which a lot of people were talking about, or I'm going to go and just say screw it and replace the thermostat, which I know some folks have done as well. If you are watching this in the future, let me know what worked for you, because I'm pretty far out of warranty at this point. My model year is 2020, so I really don't have any hope of getting KTM to pony up, unfortunately. But I think those hoses aren't too bad, but I haven't looked at the actual thermostat housing itself, if that's split or something. I'm hoping not. I mean, I keep the thing in the garage at all times, but still got to keep up with your maintenance. So, speaking of, also, I really need to, I really need to do the measurement on the brake pads that I think I mentioned last time. That's, it's been, since last year since I measured, and I did get quite a few more miles since I was nice and healthy this year and able to ride throughout the summer. I didn't do any big rides, unfortunately. I was really hoping to get some massive rides in, but been pretty busy at work. But looking forward to checking the brakes, hopefully not needing to replace them quite yet, but I will do a brake fluid flush, and I know that's something that has also been requested on the channel, so look out for a DIY on that as well. So, review of it's so hard to drive and talk. Review of the coolant leak, brakes, and just general oil change on the KTM. I'm actually sending in the oil for Blackstone Laboratories analysis again, so that'll be good to have. I'm going to build up quite a bit of history, something that others that send their oil in can compare against, and also just for my own sake, just good documentation. Oh, I don't see any chats coming through if you guys are trying to leave them. I don't know how this works though, so forgive me for that. It's all just practice. It's nice and snowy here in Colorado. I did actually get a riding day on Monday, but I ended up needing to stay late, and of course it was like 37 degrees riding home, which I have to say was not super pleasant, although the morning ride was extremely pleasant. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Just wanting to make sure that every time it snows, I give it at least a week or two to wash all that crap off the roads in terms of gravel and the mag chloride. That stuff's really annoying to wash off. And I don't know, I really don't have much experience with how it affects grip on motorcycle tires, but I do know that the temperature rating on motorcycle tires is, at least the ones I have on, not necessarily cut out for winter riding with pavement temperatures in the 30s. Even if there is no ice, it's still kind of a sketchy affair if I'm not mistaken. But that is the foundation of what needs to be done on a motorcycle. It's nothing too crazy, but I do have some extra videos to kick out, including a throttle feel video in which I share with you something that I've been testing actually all season. And so I keep bumping the mic here. I'm going to move this. Maybe like that. Testing audio. Still looks okay. Still what was I saying? Oh yeah, testing of a throttle spacer solution to mitigate a lot of the slop in the throttle. I hate when the throttle has slop prior to applying it. That rotational kind of wobble is really annoying. I haven't figured out something that will reduce the side to side, the wobble there, but that's, I mean, that would have to take a little bit of modification of the actual grip itself. From what I've seen, I've taken everything apart, obviously, to fit in this next or this last modification I've been testing. It's fairly cheap and really great solution to mitigate that application slop though. So look for that video. It's going to be a short one, short and sweet, and something hopefully you can do to your bike before the season starts. Super cheap modification, but definitely one of those things, if you want to get in the garage and tinker, you can. Low barrier of entry there. But other than that, still got that exhaust system. Trying to figure out if a tune is in the cards for this season. It just might be if I get this promotion, but we'll see. Hey, someone is out there. I have gotten a chat notification. That's how that works, huh? Very cool. Right, let's see if I can do this. Oh. Oh. Alright, let's see here. Oh shit. Well, maybe I don't do that. Tried to, there we go. Think we're back. Yep, that's live. Alright. Well, I can see comments. I'm just not quite sure how to respond to them, so forgive me for figuring this out. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. Okay. Hey, hey. Okay, here we go. Reconnected? Yep, okay. Sorry. Time up lengths, got it. Would have been cooler here. Okay. Oh, the vehicle sound's not coming through, huh? Let me try something here. So the multiple angles are coming through. Oh, let's see if this works now. Oh, I gave you a little heart. It's fun. Okay, let's see. How do I do this? Audio output. Here we go. Device. There we go. Audio output. How about now? Is audio coming through now on the vehicle? Hello, hello. Oh, sweet. Alright, let me try one more thing here. Okay. Let's try that out. Woohoo. I'm sure I make funny faces while I drift, so I don't want to hear it. We are in a Mark IV Supra twin turbo. Got the turbo cranked up to 70 and now you can hear it, so that's good. Okay. I need to limit the application's view to just the game as opposed to the screen, because the screen now shows... Ooh, doing some grass trimming there. The screen is showing, of course, my icons and whatnot. I'll figure this stuff out. So apart from all the work that I've got to do on the bike, got quite a bit to do on both BMWs actually. I've been completely neglecting my garage chores. In part because of the weather, but also in part just because it's been such a busy season of life lately. Essentially, I put the coupe away for the winter though, so it's not getting any more mileage. I'm just not completely focused on doing that maintenance first. Although that is going to be the most amount of work for certain. I'm doing a complete pulley replacement with, of course, the belt, as well as oil filter housing gasket, which is a massive pain in the ass. The replacement, of course, that goes along with that is oil. Typically coolant too. I think I did the coolant around 70,000. I'm not sure. But pretty much on everything I own, I need to change the brake fluid, so expensive but good. I've got the brake bleed tools for both the motorcycle and for the BMWs, so at least I can do it myself. Gonna put together a nice work day once things get Can you see the drifting at all, like with the pedals? Or it doesn't look like there's good view on the pedals, is there? But I'm not using the handbrake much. I mean, I don't really need to, but the shifting at least is fun. Shifting would be a little more intense if I do something like, let's see. I'm going to try something here. Bear with me. We're going to do that challenge, but we're going to change the streaming source. Bear with me. It's window capture. Not so much on the pedals, but the steering wheel and hand movements is good. Okay. Okay. Changing the oh, there we go. Oh boy. I'm bringing back the video. Bear with me. Can you not see the game anymore? Oh my. Dang it. Okay, maybe I'll just do it the old way then. Have to figure that out. Could also do that. Alright, how's that? Game's back. We're going to do some hot lapping just as demonstration of maybe a little more shifting action and whatnot. I now see why people have different displays for their streaming, because if I'm full screen like this, I can't see what anyone is saying in the comment section, but also wonder if I could kind of hijack the iPad. Yeah, because here I can't even see the comments. Traction control is a buzzkill, that's for sure. And drain the tank, turn traction control off, and then I'm going to pull the chat back up. Okay, game on, great. When I did that, did the audio change at all or anything like that? Shouldn't scrub the tires if I'm actually going to do a lap, but yeah, just testing it out. Sweet. I wonder what the delay is. I think this is definitely the setup I'm going to want to use. I was going to try... I was going to try actually using the Insta360 X3, at least one of them that I've got, to do kind of like a my perspective. So like more in front of the wheel, but it'd be pretty, what's the word? It'd be pretty fisheye, which I wasn't sure of. That's why I set up the 15 Pro on the little stand here, just to get steering and shifting instead. I know you can see, you can't see the pedals, but I didn't want that camera to be showing the screen as well. I think that would be kind of obnoxious, two views of the screen, and then the graphics coming from the computer obviously are going to look much better. How are the graphics? So I'm streaming in 1080p right now, supposedly, using the optimal settings from YouTube. So let me know. And then I've got the A6400 right there with the 21.8, so that's pretty sweet. It's nice and crispy on my end. I think I've got it at like 2.5 is what I've got it at aperture, so kind of shallow, but it's still tracking like my face and everything. Obviously I'm not doing much movement, so there's really no need for auto tracking, but I was kind of lazy. I didn't do manual tracking or manual focus. Graphics look great on the racetrack. Sweet. I like how on the racetrack too, I like how it's actually the display size. So at first I was thinking about resizing it, because when I'd previously done that streaming test, it was actually too wide, right? And there was no other content at the bottom of the screen, so it was just this really long video feed, which was kind of dumb looking. 6400 is good as well. Looks lower res. What the hell? Dang. Maybe I'll have to look into that then. Does the iPhone footage look better than the 6400? Because I'm using like a capture card that's USB enabled for the 6400, and it's like on the preview app it's coming through at 4K, but of course there's no streaming in 4K because I don't have like an integrated capture card. There's definitely some delay between what I'm saying and your responses. That's funny. Looks lower res. Yes. We're not talking real time, so yes, it can mean a lot of things. I'm assuming that means yes, the iPhone looks better than the A6400, which is a little depressing. Maybe that's it. Ho 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 ho, that was not intentional. It's the universe telling us we need a pit. I don't think I even have pit enabled. I'll remember to add context to the chat. Yeah, come on. Don't you watch streamers all the time? You're supposed to know these things. Still blows me away that like Twitch is a thing and people are watching this stuff for hours and hours on end. Especially those stupid shows where it's just like someone famous is just sitting there talking. I don't know. I don't have that bubbly of a personality. That's crazy that the iPhone's actually working better though, because the 6400 is actually HDMI to mini HDMI linked, plugged directly in, and the iPhone is actually just on the Wi-Fi network communicating. So I'm not actually plugged into anything besides power on the iPhone. Does it seem like the A6400 steering matches the steering that you see on the 15? Question mark? You still out there? I don't know if you're still out there. I can't tell on my end. It's one thing I'm gonna have to do. Wonder if I can just use the iPad as a display. I know you can on Mac, but 6400 res is probably a conversion delay. Video output. Well, so I think I told you that, so of course the video on camera is capable of 4K, but the input video to the capture card is 1080, and then from output is also 1080, so there shouldn't be any conversion. Doesn't seem like there to be delay on the video sync. That's surprising. I don't know how they pulled off this app then on the iPhone, but that is endlessly impressive. Maybe just use iPhones. wonder what the iPad camera would look like, although it's an old iPad, so maybe not so great. Huh. Well, this is fun. Gonna have to come up with like some scripts to actually like be talking about stuff as opposed to just like this practice, or just maybe like hot lap guides. I know that's a big thing in this streaming space where people want to work on their track placement and stuff. Obviously my track placement is shit right now. Using iPhone, iPad would not be a bad idea. Yeah, but there's a better way to get that camera to output some nice video. I know. I think I may have just flubbed a setting or something. But I just don't think my iPad is up to snuff. I might use the iPad as a stream monitor. So, not necessarily with the control interface that I have on this screen, but instead as a kind of like a third-party account viewing it, just to make sure that I'm not screwing anything up or showing anything that I don't intend to. Using iPhone, yeah, okay. How's the voice audio? Because I'm using the AT2020 here with the pop filter. It doesn't really need the pop filter in this orientation, but I got it kind of hovering over the keyboard setup. Still out there? It's like the equivalent of texting and driving right now. Just on a racetrack. It's not dangerous at all. Voice audio is great. Good match with low rumble on vehicle sound. Sweet. I'm gonna have to look into how those other streamers are getting your comments to actually like play as audio in my ears, because that would be really nice. At least now when I don't have anyone really, not a ton of people commenting at once, so I could actually not have to have a little scrolling screen to look at, instead just listen to what you're saying and respond that way. I know there's like little widgets I can add and everything, but I didn't mess around with any of that today. It's like a whole, broadcasting's like a whole nother world, I realized. I've been researching it for the past like week, and it's just such a deep dive. I'm glad to hear that I got everything running though. I mean, pretty much, I guess second try. I didn't try the various angles and everything last week. That was just integrated streaming. Whereas this is using an application. I wonder how hot the iPhone's getting. I'm only 129. The record I'm trying to beat is 126. 3 full seconds off the pace. Running out of gas though. I think overall this was a success. I'm really happy with that. That was sketchy. All is running well in sync audio and video. That's so awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you checking it out. Like I said, I'm going to have to actually create some content with a script or an objective here as opposed to just getting online. But oh, I ran out of gas. And that's the end of the stream. That's funny. Alright. Well, I think I might conclude this test. Thank you very much for hopping on and testing it out with me. And have a good one. Alright.